Join Kids Hat family.
Hey Tofu, I was looking for you in the playground. What are you doing here? You look confused. Hi Tia, I didn't feel like playing today. You know, Halloween is near, right? Look at me. I can't even pick a costume for myself. I want to look the best, Tia. I want others in the party to like me and become my best friends. Oh dear Tofu, it is just a costume. Please don't be sad or confused. Come, let me tell you a story. A story of why you should be like a living pumpkin. A night with a living pumpkin. A living pumpkin? What does that mean, Tia? A living pumpkin, Tofu? The one Matthew and Jessica spent their Halloween with? Tia, I told you, I don't feel like playing today. Why are you talking in riddles to me? Oh dear Tofu, why do you get agitated so quickly? Alright, let me tell you what happened at Halloween last year. Matthew and Jessica were eagerly waiting for their parents to open the door. As soon as the door opened, the siblings rushed to their rooms and got ready for Halloween. Jessica got dressed up as the Red Riding Hood with a basket, with a stuffed Scooby-Doo toy as the big bad wolf, and on the other hand, Matthew became the Flash, the fastest man alive inspired by the Justice League. The neighborhood party had so many happy children dressed up in fabled attires. Even the siblings met their friends and had a gala time. As the night grew darker, Jessica and Matthew visited a couple of more houses until they reached the most deserted parts of their neighborhood. While they were casually strolling, Jessica noticed something that caused an abrupt halt. She grabbed her brother's arms and pointed towards a house. Jessica asked her brother in fright, "Was this house always here, or am I seeing it for the first time? Oh my God, does that mean the house was magical?" You'll soon figure that out, Tofu. But let me tell you, despite the fact that they passed by this street on their way to school every day, Matthew wasn't sure if he had seen the house earlier or not. The house looked quite old and empty. Both of them were scared, but their curious little minds instigated them to inspect the house. As they stepped on the front porch, the wooden floor creaked and they saw cobwebs on the doorknob that was already unlocked. As they opened it, the door also creaked and something appeared with a voice saying, "Hello." The siblings freaked out and ran out of the house in a split second, yelling with panic. On their way back home, Jessica realized she had lost her Scooby-Doo toy at the magical house, which meant the world to her. Matthew loved his sister so much that he couldn't refuse, and both of them went back to the scary place to get Jessica's Scooby-Doo toy. They tiptoed their way across the lawn as they looked for the toy, and right then a voice came from behind.
"Are you looking for this?"
They turned around in fear and saw a small boy in all brown clothes. Everything else appeared normal about him, but the pumpkin for a head. Jessica hid behind her brother. Matthew grabbed the nearby chair as a defense weapon. "Tia, I'm too scared. Did the unknown voice hit them?" Matthew, shaking with utmost fear, said, "Give us our Scooby back, or I'll hit you with this chair." I'm not kidding." To this, the unknown voice replied,
No, no, I have no intention to harm you. I will give you your toy back.
The unknown voice could be heard closely, and now the siblings witnessed a boy behind the voice who came near and kept Scooby on the porch. As soon as he stepped back, Matthew picked the toy and gave it to Jessica and held the chair again in his hand. Both of them moved towards the exit gate to vanish in the next few seconds, but suddenly a question struck Matthew. He asked the boy, "What's wrong with your head?" The boy got puzzled and didn't answer back. Matthew asked again, "Why is your head a pumpkin?" Unknown boy, gathering courage, answered,
Oh, yes, I guess my head is a bit strange to some. Why don't you come inside and I'll tell you about it? Can we have some cookies and chocolate milk together? My name is Carlson, by the way.
Jessica looked comfortable by now and started to move towards his room. Matthew followed. To their surprise, the house was clean, cozy, and the entire room illuminated with bright, soothing lights. As Jessica and Matthew sat near the fireplace, Carlson brought cookies and chocolate milk. Then he began with his story. "This means it's time for a story within the story. I'm amazed, Tia." Carlson introduced himself. "I was brought to life by the wishes of a boy named Jack. He used to live here with his family, but he didn't have any friends to go trick-or-treating with. So he took a pumpkin, which was supposed to be a jack-o'-lantern, and made a wish to the stars. They granted his wishes by bringing me to life, a boy with a pumpkin head. We had so much fun that night. I made Halloween my favorite day. But the next day, when I woke up, no one was here and the house was empty. Since that day, I have been waiting for Jack to come back." Matthew and Jessica felt bad for him, as they realized that Carlson was not scary but lonely. They bid a warm goodbye to Carlson and offered him candies, which he graciously accepted. The next morning, they came back to see Carlson. As the doorknob was broken, they entered the house and saw a lone pumpkin on the table with a note that said, "Until next Halloween." Both of them felt really sad, but returned home with a promise that they will look forward to the next Halloween with Carlson, a living and a loving pumpkin. With this story, I hope you got your answers, Tofu. Yes, Tia, this was an amazing story. I learned that we should never judge a person by his looks. There might be much more beauty inside. So I wish to impress all the friends at the party. It can be only through how well I behave with them and not how unique my costume is. And also, I now know what my outfit is going to be. A living pumpkin. All thanks to you, my dear Tia.
For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Hat family. Subscribe here.